Frozen didn't need a sequel, but here we are. Ow! What?
What did you just say?
I said Frozen didn't need a sequel.
Who's the boss around here?
You are. You're the boss, sir.
That's right. I'm the boss. I'm Mickey Mouse. I'm in charge of the Empire. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
That's right. That's what I thought. Good man.
Is this my check?
I'm off to make some more acquisitions to expand the Empire.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mouse. Thank you.
Have a good day, Dylan.
Yeah, I'll
Go
see you.
catch the Snyder Cut
Yeah,
or something.
I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so Frozen 2, let's talk about it, huh? Why don't we? Look, guys, we all know the story. In 2013, Frozen came out. The movie was great. The music was phenomenal. It made so much money, and Frozen fever ignited across the globe. The brand became huge. The thing is, Frozen 2 is a sequel that falls in the vein of a sequel made to expand the lore because the brand is so popular and the demand was so high for a sequel, rather than a sequel that was made because we have a necessary story to tell. But here's the thing. Frozen 2 is a damn good movie, so it's kind of hard to say that this was a cynical decision on Disney's part. In fact, I would venture to say that Frozen 2 is actually better than the first one. The story is better. The screenplay is better. This is just a much more tighter and succinct movie. It is a very good movie. It's a very fun movie. It's a very adventurous movie. I love everything about it. It is beautiful. The animation is absolutely stunning in this movie. Not that that's anything surprising, but wow, there were some sequences in this movie that I was truly had my breath taken away because it was so good. The animation was so beautiful. Some of the sequences in this movie are breathtaking. And for an animated movie to do that with the kind of CG animation that is very popular these days, I think that's something special. And here's what Frozen 2 really excels at. The characters. Everybody loved the characters in Frozen. And pretty much that is why we came back, because we are attached to these characters. And Disney did not disappoint in this department. It felt great to be back with the gang. Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, Olaf, Sven. All of it was perfect. Everybody does a fantastic job, with Kristen Bell, in my opinion, still being the standout as Anna. She is absolutely phenomenal. She is so good. Like, her energy just permeates through the screen. Like, her jubilance and energy that she brings to the character of Anna is so wonderful and magical. You just can't help but fall in love with Anna. It's so great. Idina Menzel obviously does a great job as Elsa, especially considering that, yes, she gets her big song, again, Into the Unknown, which is a great song. It gets the job done, but it's not Let It Go. I'm going to be honest about that. It's not Let It Go. Now, here's the thing here. Wow. So, apparently Jonathan Groff gets to sing in this movie, and I'm not gonna lie, it is the best song in the movie. Kristoff's song is the best song in the movie. Don't argue with me about that. Okay? It is absolutely phenomenal. The music is good, the story is good, the characters are good, the voice acting is good, the screenplay is good. Guys, this is a good movie. You can say that you don't like Frozen because, you know what? Hating Frozen was the thing to do at one point. That was cool. But you know what? Frozen 2 is a good movie. It is much more adventurous. It's much more action-oriented. In fact, during the action scenes, I actually kind of got the impression that this movie was almost taking inspiration from like JRPG games like Kingdom Hearts, which so happens to be a Disney property as well. And as I was watching this movie, I can't help but think that Disney is really going to go all in on the Princess Team-Up movie, sort of to what they teased in Ralph Breaks the Internet. And I gotta say, I'm looking forward to it because, wow, this movie was great. Everything about it was fantastic. There are some very important themes in this movie, and yes, unfortunately, it is relegated to subtext. But you know what? In my opinion, that's okay. Subtlety is better sometimes. And in this case, I feel like Frozen 2 is actually better than the first one because Frozen 2 is much more clear about what it wants to say. I think the biggest problem with Frozen was that the message got kind of muddled because the story lacked a little bit of focus in terms of the way the screenplay was written. It was easy for those to sort of get lost. And I feel like Frozen 2 is very easy to comprehend. Not that movies that are easy to understand are better, but I just think Frozen 2 does a better job of conveying what it wants to say. The themes are all there. The themes of sisterly love. Sometimes you don't need to have the romantic love save the dire situation at the end of the movie. The themes of being who you are. You need to be yourself. You can't hide away from the world. You can't shut yourself out. You can't pretend to be somebody you're not. It's all in there, guys. It's all in there, and it's beautiful and it's enjoyable. If you liked Frozen, I do not think there is any way that you do not love Frozen 2. Frozen 2 is amazing. It is one of the best Disney sequels ever made, by far better than Ralph Breaks the Internet. I promise you that if you enjoyed Frozen, if you enjoyed Disney, you will love Frozen 2. I highly recommend Frozen 2 to everybody. It is an amazing movie. It is a much more self-sufficient movie than the first one, but it is also a good sequel. It does kind of expand the lore and backstory that wasn't really there in the first movie, but you know what? The complexity of this movie is excused because it's so good. Okay? So you know what? If you want to tell me how wrong I am, feel free to do so in the comments below. But you know what? I have a feeling that you're going to like this movie. So thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye, and may your heart be your guiding key. Some people caught that reference.